Hi, welcome to Faith Uncovered. This is a podcasting series performed by a group of 8th grade students at Grand Haven Christian. We have pastors, missionaries, teachers, and so many others who have experienced God's hand in their lives. So take a seat and join us as we discuss and reveal God's work in our world.
This is episode 10 of the Faith Uncovered podcast. My name is Nathan Clausian, and I'm joined by Kent Andrzejewski, who's actually my youth group leader. Today we will be talking about him and his faith journey. First question is just tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm 48 years old. I've been at a job for about 24, 25 years. I left a short time. I've been living in Grand Haven for the last 25, 26 years. And I got 3 kids. They're all teenagers. And I've been married since, I should know this one. 25, it'll be 25 years coming up in May. So I do some engineering work at Automatic Spring.
Okay. And then the next question is, where did your faith journey begin?
So my mom had a fairly strong faith. My dad kind of went to church just to go along with her. So we went to church every Sunday, and it began when I was about 16. I came to the conclusion that it wasn't about fame or what you had or what you knew. I remember listening to someone talk about what happens to you after you die and where do you go, and it got me thinking. And nothing's going to really satisfy you except for a relationship with Christ. And so when I was about 16, I decided I was going to make a change and profess that I want to live a way that God would like. So 16 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Were there any people that influenced during your faith journey?
So we had what they call in church, they had a youth group, and the youth group there had a pretty good range of kids from, I don't know, 16, 14, 16, on up to like 30. It was basically if you were single and you were a believer, you got together to do different activities, whether it was, going to the community center, or having bonfires or whatever. And so I had a couple guys that were Christians, and they kind of helped spur me on. Were good examples. Let's see. I just had stuff in common with them. So they were like 18, 19. I was 16. And so I actually ended up being an engineer because one was a mechanical and one was an electrical engineer. And I didn't know what to do when I got out of high school. And so they were instrumental in kind of guiding me into engineering role.
That's cool. Did you face any hardships during your faith journey?
Yeah, that's a really good question. The hardest one was the church I decided to grow up, or I grew up in. It was heavily steeped on tradition. And so the idea of the relationship with Jesus didn't seem to really move forward. It was about, let's see, guys sit here. It was about how you dress. And it's not about how you can grow with your faith. And so when we moved over to Grand Haven, I really had some doubts about staying with this church. And we moved over to Grand Haven. There was one like it in Grand Rapids on the east side. It was almost an hour away. And finally, one Sunday, I told Jody, my wife, I said, man, I can't do this anymore. I can't drive an hour to a place that I don't feel like I'm growing. And so lo and behold, my boss had introduced me covenant life. And there was a lot of backlash when we decided to leave that church, Nathan. It was um, my mom had kind of disowned me. She refused to talk to me or speak to me for probably about 8, 9 months. And that was probably one of the biggest hardships because my wife and I had to come to agreement that we were going to leave because she was willing to make that sacrifice to go. And then the agreement that, okay, getting treated by some people, not realizing that we didn't leave our faith, we didn't leave our relationship, we just are worshiping somewhere else. So that was probably one of the biggest ones.
What ways have you seen God during your faith journey?
I think and you're going to see this too. I think when you grow up and you look back and you're like, I wound up here in West Michigan and I got a job at Delphi Saginaw from contracting in Dow Chemical. I was going to stay in Bay City on the east side of the state. And I interviewed for Dow Chemical and it went well. And I was going to take a position there and I was starting to look at houses because I was 22. And lo and behold, they had a hiring freeze. And so that didn't work out. And so I took a contract job in Saginaw. And at that time, my wife was going to Hope College and she was starting to finish up. And I said, I want to be a contract engineer. And so I started looking around and I thought, I'm going to check out the west side of the state. And so there was places like in Grand Haven, place in Grand Rapids, Holland that I looked at. And I ended up taking the job here in Grand Haven. And as you look back, it's like, oh, okay, Jody was over there. I would have never thought to look over here if she wasn't over here. Well, why'd she go to Hope? Well, God led her to Hope College, And so it's just interesting how you start piecing stuff back together. And so the faith journey and God moved me over here was kind of interesting in that.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for people who are just starting their faith journey?
Make some dedication to learn more. I remember when I was young, my wife or my mom had said, promise me you'll read the Bible every day. And I kind of half jokingly told her I would, but I've pretty much kept that promise. I suppose there might be a day where maybe I stayed overnight someplace and we got up late in the morning or something. But start your day on your knees if you have to. Start your day putting God first, because if you don't have God first, then He's your biggest help through the day. So I'm not telling you to read a full chapter. I'm not telling you to read the whole Bible, but if you can at least read something and know that that's what's important to you, then that's a good start for the day.
Okay, what's your favorite verse? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I really like Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He'll direct your path. I kind of stuck to that quite a bit. And then another one I really like, I got on my dresser over there. I can't see it. It's Micah 6:8. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with your God. That's pretty cool. And I really like Romans. There's 2 sections in Romans. You probably know them too. Romans 8:28. All things work together for good for those who love and serve the Lord, are called according to His purpose. Doesn't mean everything's going to work out just like you like. And then towards the end of that, it tells you that nothing is going to separate you from the love of God. So those are probably among my favorite. Probably pretty popular, I guess. But
Yeah, those are good ones.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's all the questions I have.
All right. I guess I got one question for you.
Okay.
Outside of the play, how are you doing? I mean, I know youth is kind of awkward and stuff.
Yeah.
But just from friend wise, being able to get out, sometimes society right now stresses me out with this whole mask thing and stuff. I just wonder, how are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing well in school, but it's just hard to keep my mask up the whole day. And
Oh,
yeah.
now I can't see your face real well, but do you have, like, Jesse's got some acne breaking out because of that mask? That doesn't help at all. Do you find yourself breaking out at all too?
Oh no, not really.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. That's good. What about getting together with friends, Nathan? Are you able to do that much or?
Yeah, sometimes I just go like hang out at friends' houses, and sometimes we like go to Mulligan's Hollow and ski together.
Okay,
And
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I talked to your dad one day. He came with your younger brother, and he had said you were over at. I thought you were over at Cannonsburg that night,
Oh yeah.
but that's cool. All right, yeah. If you got any other questions, give me a shout.
Okay.
Your faith journey. I did you ever make a profession of faith at all, or no?
Oh no, I'm thinking about doing it like when we like get back in person in church and
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
It it's not about I think it's just something publicly to tell people who you are about so that Satan can't take it away. I feel like I know your heart, Nathan, and I know it's in a good place, so that's really cool. So um yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, thanks for going easy on me.
Yeah.
Did I pass?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
Thanks for joining me.
All right, no problem. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right. Take
See
it
ya.
easy. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Faith Uncovered podcast. Make sure to come to the next episode and listen to Doug Jagger's faith story by Caleb McKay.